All right, so I wanted to take a look at this question. It's one that can sometimes give students trouble, and I wanted to just go over a couple of different ways to approach it. It's number 14 on page 584 in the official guide. And again, it's a good idea to follow along in the official guide so that you can sort of mark down what's going and you can see what their picture is. It's more accurately drawn than mine. So on this question, we have this 5-sided figure with some right angles in it, some angle measures marked, and some lines, the length of the lines marked. And then the question reads, what is the perimeter of the figure? And students sometimes sort of panic about this because it's not a square, it's not a triangle, what am I supposed to do? And sometimes actually end up leaving it blank. It is a number 14 out of 20, so it is getting up into the medium territory for difficulty, but it's really not that bad of a question as long as you're willing to just take one step at a time and see what you can do. So let's pretend for a second that we were stuck. If we were stuck, I might look at this figure and say, great, it's drawn to scale. So let's see if I can do any profitable estimation. And one of the things that I always like to do is say, what do we have accounted for so far? Well, we have this line over here is 6. This is 6. This is 6. So on my way to the perimeter, what I have accounted for so far is 18 in length. Now, one of the questions that I would always ask myself after that is sort of how much bigger? And you can be even more precise about that. You can say, does it double? And just by looking, remember, this is drawn accurately. Just by looking, I can say, no, it's smaller than doubling, right? There is no way that those two unknown sides add up to 18. It just can't be given how it's drawn. If that's true, what can I get rid of? Well, I can get rid of answer choice E. It is too big. There's no way that I'm going to get all the way from the 18 that I have accounted for to the 36. Okay, well, let's see if we can go even further than that. About how long is each of these unknown sides compared to what we know, right? We know the side lengths that are 6. So if I take like this one red line here, and I say about how big is that? Well, it looks like it's about 6. Again, I'm not, 100% sure that it is 6, but I do know that it's approximately 6. So if it's approximately 6, then I'm shooting for something like about 18 plus 6 plus another 6, approximately, right? And that gets me up to 30. Now, does that mean D is the right answer? No. But what does it mean? Well, it definitely means A and B are out. They're too small. And again, it's always a good idea to mark why you're doing things. I know I'm getting rid of A and B because they're too small. I know I'm getting rid of E because it's too big. And so at this point, even if I never get any further, I'm way ahead of the game. I'm down to a 50-50 shot, and I'm definitely going to guess on this one. So again, it really shouldn't be a skip for anybody because there's no real math that needs to happen for me to get it down to a 50-50 shot. Just remember, if something is drawn to scale, see if anything's too big or too small. You won't always be able to get rid of stuff, but if you're looking for it, it's going to show up. If there's no figure drawn, or if the drawing is not to scale, then sometimes you can redraw it and get rid of stuff that way. Okay, so what if that was sort of pretending we were stuck? What if we weren't stuck? What's another way to approach this one? The key to doing this one in sort of a mathy way is filling in this missing piece. If we fill in that missing piece, then we have a square. 6 by 6 by 6. And even more than that, since we know it's a square, we know that these missing angles are 60 there and 60 there. And if I have two 60-degree angles, then that triangle ends up being 60, 60, 60, otherwise known as an equilateral triangle. And since I have one of the side lengths for that triangle down here, then I have the other two. Each one is 6, which, remember, was our estimate. We didn't know that they were 6 when we were estimating, but that was our estimate. Now we know that they're 6. There are 5 of them, and so that's why 30 is our answer. So again, just a couple of ways to look at a question that is bordering on medium difficult, and one that can definitely give students problems sometimes. Just remember, draw and label, draw and label, draw and label. See if you can estimate, and then always take simple steps. Again, filling in that missing red line at the bottom was the way that I got to the right answer in a mathy way. So there it is. If you have any other questions, I would be more than happy to take a look. My email is aaron@passportprep.net. Love to hear questions from you. Other than that, thanks, and good luck with your preparation.